Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Think Future. My name is Chris Kalaboukis, and once again, we're coming at you live from deep in the heart of Silicon Valley, California. We're talking innovation startups, the future, not necessarily those, and not necessarily in that order. If you're watching on YouTube, smack that subscribe button and hit that bell so you can be notified when a new show comes online. And if you're listening on your favorite podcast service, please subscribe. Please drop a note on Apple Podcasts. I greatly appreciate it. Now, what were we going to talk about today? Oh, yeah. So, what is reality? Now, one of the things I used to say is that I was a philosopher, engineer, and futurist because I've done coding in the past. I've done a lot of futurist work in the past. I've done futurist work. I'm going to be doing futurist work in the future. I know that for sure. But I majored in philosophy because I was so interested in the human condition, in the human mind, in how we feel about the world around us. Maybe this had something to do with my sort of crisis of faith when I was a teenager. When I was a teenager in high school, I went through every world religion, just researching it like crazy, because I have a Greek Orthodox upbringing. And the Greek Orthodox Church initially didn't really hold any desire for me because a lot of it was so rote and it just seemed very mystical. I didn't really know what was going on because I was a kid and I didn't really understand all the Greek they were talking about. And now I've come back to it a little bit because I understand it a little bit more. But I went through research every religion looking for the meaning of life, because I always thought to myself, why do I stop looking for that? Why do we stop looking for the meaning of life? Isn't there a meaning of life? Why are we here? It's almost like we go through that existential crisis when we're kids and when we're in high school. But then as time goes by, we just grow up and we get our normal jobs and we do our thing and we realize we have to make money in order to survive, in order to do what makes us happy. And we forget about that. I keep thinking to myself, why don't we continue thinking about the meaning of life, or why we're here? And of course, the reality is the meaning is different for everyone. There is no single meaning of life. There are as many meanings of life as there are us on this planet. We all have a different meaning of life. So we all search for the meaning that works for us. And a lot of times that meaning is not necessarily in line with everybody else on the planet. Not everybody has the same meaning, which I thought was really interesting. So the thing is that that's one of the reasons why I really enjoy philosophy, and I talk a lot about philosophical things. One of the things I was reading about was, and I forget the name of the philosopher, Marcuse, I think his name was, and I was reading that just the other day, and I was reading how he was saying that something about our current civilization, the current system that we're in today, drives us to working. And what he said in this treatise is that he believes that our current modern civilization has turned us into people who only find meaning in our work. Now, I think there are quite a few people out there who find meaning in their work, but it's not necessarily lined up with the meaning in their lives. And I think that's where he's gotten it a bit wrong, in that I don't think that most people find meaning in work. I think most people find meaning in working so that they can make enough money so that they can be free to do what they want. So it's not the work itself. The work is not what people want to do. People may not want to work the way they're working. Like I said in yesterday's show, most of the time there's a disconnect between what people are doing to make money and what people are doing for enjoyment. Wouldn't it be great if that was overlapped? But it's not necessarily so. You may not and probably won't make as much money doing your creative endeavor than you would by doing a job for somebody else. So the reality is that I think that it has nothing to do. People work because they want to be able to support themselves to the point where they have enough disposable income and disposable time to be able to spend time on their passion, on figuring out what their meaning is in life, and then going after the meaning in life. So if you think about it from a product management perspective, that's an angle we can take. Everyone is looking for meaning in their life. Everyone is looking to figure out what their meaning is, and if they already know what their meaning is, to expand on that meaning, to reach for that meaning, to grab that meaning. And anything we can do to help our customers grab at that meaning is exactly what they need. So we need to provide them with the tools to reach for the meaning that they have found for themselves. That's it for me for today. See you next time, and until then, don't forget to think future.